Hello, how are you? Welcome to this webinar. You are not lazy. You are not lazy. But why are you underperforming? And how can we fix it? This is going to be a really quick one, but I would do a good job digging into the root cause of underperformance. We understand you perfectly. The reasons why you set goals and you don't achieve your goals, the reasons why you put your mind to something and you eventually do not achieve them, we know it. And we are here to expose them to you and help you to overcome it in this webinar. So stay with me. My name is Keji Olabimtan, and we will move straight ahead. So why are we here today? What should you expect? The first one is to understand the real reason behind underperformance. Why are you underperforming? The second is to do a self-diagnosis of underperformance. Today, you will check yourself out. All right. And I really want to compare this page and everything that we're going to do here today to a patient visiting the doctor. Let's say you're having some symptoms in your body and you really want to see the doctor to tell you what is wrong with you and to prescribe a medicine, right? And that's absolutely what we're going to be doing here today. So the first thing is to understand the reason. The doctor will carry out some tests, right? And then we'll tell you, oh, this is what we found, right? And then there will be a diagnosis. So you are going to be doing the diagnosis yourself, not me. You will do it, all right? And then what are the practical, actionable ways to fix it? Like the doctor would do, they will prescribe you some medicine, all right? And then the strategies to stay consistent without burning out. Just like the doctor, they will prescribe the dead medicine and tell you how to use it. 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night, right? That is exactly what we're going to be doing here today. And without wasting your time, let me introduce myself. If you're meeting me for the first time, welcome. Who is Keji Olabimtan? So many things have been put together here about me. But the first thing is I want you to understand that I am on a mission. And for you to click on this webinar, you are part of my assignment. I'm a woman on a mission to turn individuals into institutions and institutions into unicorn. Maybe I wouldn't have time to break that down, but you are here not as a human. You are here as an institution. If you have something to do that you value so much that has brought you into a webinar like this, you are absolutely more than just a human. All right. I'm an internal excellence soldier of many generations. I'm a proclaimer of the excellency of Him who has called me out of darkness into His marvelous light. That might sound a little bit religious. Well, I am not apologetic about it. I'm a child of God. I love the Lord. You might find a few things about me on the internet about, my faith and all of that. But this is the professional part of me that we are carrying here today. I'm a lead coach at the High Performance Coaching Company. I'm the lead business consultant at Business Consulting in the United Arab Emirates. And my qualifications are US Certified High Performance Life Business Coach, trained in business management and leadership at Harvard Business School. I'm a speaker, I'm a author, I'm a serial entrepreneur by the grace of God. We started many companies, many stood, others failed, right? But we are here with the license, all right? I founded High Performance Coaching Company and Business Consulting. I'm a co-founder at Sam Rizal Charity Foundation and Sam Rizal Investment, which I co-founded with my husband. I'm a wife and a mother of 3 awesome boys. Enough of me. Let's move to why we are here. Now, underperformance is not laziness. So many people have equated laziness to mean underperformance. It is not the same thing. What is laziness? Let's just look at the definition of laziness here. I copied this from Wikipedia, and I think it is an absolutely excellent definition of laziness. It says laziness, also known as indolence or sloth. And if your eyes are as sharp as mine, you will see one lovely animal behind, in the background, smiling, you know. That's a sloth, right? That is a sloth. Can you tell me one or two things about an animal? What do you think you know about a sloth? What do you know about a sloth? While you are typing that, let me continue with the definition, which says laziness is an emotional disinclination to activity or exertion despite having the ability to act or exert one's self. Now, I need you to highlight the word emotional. which means it has to do with the mental well-being of a person, right? Now, after emotional, there is another word, disinclination to activity. That means this person has the mental blockage or obstruction to wanting to do something of interest. So mentally, there is no interest in that activity. The definition goes ahead to say, or exertion, despite having the ability to act or exert oneself. Now, I want you to highlight the word ability as I've done in this slide as well. The ability they're talking about here is the physical ability, right? But there's something wrong with this person mentally. There is a mental disinterest to carry out that activity, despite the fact that, it is assumed that this person has the physical ability to carry out that activity. Now, whether physical inability or mental inability, which one is greater? I will say mental, because if anything is wrong with this brain right now or with this mind right here, the person is definitely disabled, isn't it? So why would anyone call another person lazy or call themselves lazy when there is a mental incapability to carry out that activity? That is why I think the word laziness is not true. I think the word laziness should not exist. I think the word laziness, when we use it to qualify another human being, I think it is unfair. I think it's just labeling people with insults. I think it's just calling people names that we are not supposed to call them. I think we should understand better what is happening with this person emotionally or what they are going through mentally that caused them to be incapable of carrying out the activity. And the funniest part of it is some of these people actually set goals. They know what they should do. They really wanted to do it. But at some point in time, there is no mental energy to carry out this activity. It is unfair to label anyone lazy. And I think that laziness shouldn't be used on anyone when you don't understand what is happening in their mind. Underperformance is not laziness. We shouldn't call it laziness. All right. What are the reasons behind underperformance? I'm sure you are familiar with procrastination. I'm sure you're familiar with fatigue. I'm sure you're familiar with overwhelm. I'm sure you're familiar with distraction, right? Now, let us imagine that performance is like a tree, right? And this person is struggling with these things, with procrastination. By the way, procrastination means saying you do something and then you postpone it and then you keep postponing it, right? And then fatigue. This person is just always tired. They don't want to do it because they're tired. They cannot do it because they're always tired, right? Or being overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means that there's so many things to be done. There's so many things calling your attention. You have so many things on your table that you don't even know which one you should start first, right? And then there is another big element in this day and age of social media, distraction. Every ad, every post, every content is fighting for our attention. Now, many people have understood, many people have identified these four things among many other things which I cannot remember right now, which I think you can help me with in the comments, right? Anything that you've identified to be the reasons or to be the reason behind your underperformance, you can as well put it in the comment section, and I'm just going to look at it and also learn with you. But I want us to focus on this four. I want us to look deeply at this four. I'm sure you can identify any of these ones that you are struggling with, right? But what if I tell you that these four things are not the root causes of underperformance? What if I tell you that your underperformance is not caused by procrastination? What if I tell you that it is not caused by fatigue? What if I tell you that it's not caused by overwhelm or by distraction? What if I tell you that there are deep-rooted causes of underperformance that we often overlook? These are the celebrated reasons behind underperformance. There are books about how to overcome procrastination. There are podcasts helping you to overcome fatigue. There are courses that is helping you to be focused, not to be distracted, and so on and so forth. Knowledge experts, psychologists have dwelled too much on this four. And we, at the high performance coaching company, have realized that they are not actually the problem. What is the problem? Why are you underperforming? This is the truth. The tree has produced fruits. And what people have identified as the causes are actually symptoms. They are not the causes. The headache or the fever is not the cause of the sickness. It is the bacteria. It is the virus. All right? It is the things that are happening in the blood, in the body, not the symptoms that we exhibit. These are the symptoms that we exhibit. They are not the root causes. Let's move to the first root cause of underperformance. Now, I've made it so simple. I used simple English because I really want anyone to understand and be able to recollect them, right? And one of them is that you simply do not know what to do, right? Do you know that many people set goals and they do not know in clear terms how to achieve that goal? They set the goals, but they're not sure about how to achieve it. And that is what goals are meant to be, isn't it? They're meant to be things that you want to achieve, things that you want to bring to pass. And most of the times, I must be honest with you, we don't know how to do these things. Now, the ignorance, permit me if that word is huge, or the gray areas could actually be the reason why you're procrastinating. For instance, your goal is to, obtain your master's degree this year. So by 2026 December, you want to obtain your master's degree. And you don't even know which university yet. You don't know the process yet. You don't know the requirement yet, but you have that goal and you want to achieve it. Now, if you're not careful, you are going to postpone your research on the schools, or maybe you would even research the schools, and then you get to a place where they are requiring you to go bring one certificate from somewhere, and the certificate will take you time to apply for it. These are some things are not clear. You simply don't have clarity. If you don't have clarity about something, you will procrastinate. If there are gray areas around the things that you want to achieve, on the steps and processes that will take you to where you want to be, you will procrastinate. All right? Let me give you another example. For instance, there was a time that I wanted to apply for my driver's license, and I didn't know how to go about it, right? I asked a few people, and then they told me, you have to, apply here, go to this website, go to this place, go to that place. And it became too much. I became really overwhelmed by so much information, and I can't even differentiate between which one. And then I started procrastinating. Oh, I will do it tomorrow. Because I don't know. It's just a lot of information that I couldn't process at the time. So if you don't know, if you are not clear, if there are no clear instructions, you will procrastinate. You would even be overwhelmed by the entire process. All right? Now let's move to the next one really quickly. Is that you are in progress. I really wish I had the time to break these things down as much as I really want to be, but I don't want this webinar to be really long. You are in progress. Now, sometimes progress don't look like progress. It doesn't look like you are moving. It looks like probably you have stayed in one place for too long, right? Sometimes a 10-step process to achieving something, you might be on step 2 for a really long time. And then you are wondering what is happening. And then you are overwhelmed. And then you are tired. And then you are procrastinating. And then there are so many gray areas. And then you are soothing yourself with distraction. You know how that is? When you are so worked up and then you just want to watch a comedic skit just to make you feel good for some time. You just want to while away time and you just want to recuperate in your mind, not knowing that you are being distracted and you are simply using the media, the social media, the videos, the movies as, a coping mechanism. You need to look at where you are right now. What you think you are underperforming at. Could it be that you are in progress? Could it be that, you need to understand how long this stage of your life would take? Could it be that the progress is slow at snail speed? You really need to understand if this is where you are and your eyes is on the goal. Oh, I'm late. I really need to achieve it. Oh my God, I'm not supposed to be here by now. By the goals that I set, my milestones are not being met. This is not where I'm supposed to be. Listen and calm down. When you understand that you are in progress, the next step is, what is slowing me down? How can I improve this speed? Right? It is not jittery. It is not overwhelmed. It is not being tired of the whole thing. It's not getting fed up. It's not giving up. Right? It is not. But I wanted to come on live for this webinar today. I had a lot of issues technically. And I recall my youngest son was telling me, Mommy, don't give up. I said, it's not in this dictionary. It is in no dictionary in this house. We don't give up here. Right? So if you are in progress, this is not the time to give up. This is not the time to be afraid. This is not the time to be in too much haste. This is the time to sit, evaluate your journey, and understand what is slowing you down. Do you have a control over it? Is this something you can control? Is there a way you can go about it? Who should you speak with? These are the root causes. This is the bacteria. This is the virus. We are so much in a haste, we forget that there are some processes that need to be completed. Right, let's move to the next one quickly. You are in a transition. Oh my goodness. Transition is a very hard place to be. I've been in transitions all my life. I don't want to start telling you how many things I have done. I told you I'm a serial entrepreneur. So you understand that I have an idea of how transition can mess up your mind and performance. Transition is a very lonely place. Transition is a dark place. Transition is the place where you will question your sanity, where you will question your knowledge, where you will question your competence, where your courage will be attacked. Transition is hard. I have been there. Now, transition is like trying to move from one mountain to another mountain. You know how you do that? You have to get down from one mountain, get to the valley, and then walk your way through up into the next mountain. Now, in the valley, where you are in that valley is usually dark. Sometimes you can't even recognize yourself. Sometimes in the valley, there are thorns. Sometimes in the valley, there is muddy water that would drag your feet as you are trying to move. Sometimes the valley is just a place full of distraction. The valley, if you are not careful in a transition, you can be depressed in the valley. So if you are in a transition here, we see you. We know what you're going through. We understand you so well. And we are here to help you. I hope you are diagnosing yourself as I'm exposing you to the true reason of underperformance. Can you see that there's not laziness? All of these things have to do with your mental incapability of handling the activity that are before you. Do you see? Now, the next one is if you are plateaued. What do I mean by being on a plateau? A plateau is a flat mountain, right? It's not up, it's not down, it's just flat. Now, people who have plateaued, for example, are people who have gotten to the peak of their career. They have a dream to be the best this, to have a PhD, to, be this and be that and achieve this and achieve that. And then they've achieved it. And then they're asking, what next? Is this it? But that time, there is no drive for success again. They've already achieved it. So what next? They're tired of the routine. They can't continue with the routine. There's need for another challenge to bring the best out of them. People who have plateaued will reach a place of underperformance. They will even look at themselves and say, I have become lazy. What is this that has come to me? Why am I so lazy now? Do you see? So if you are here and you've achieved everything that you've set for your life, you wanted to have a PhD, you wanted to be the top in your industry, you wanted to be the CEO of a multinational, and you are there already. You want to start your business and build it into $1 billion. It's already doing that. And you feel lazy. You feel like you are underperforming. This is your reason. This is your diagnosis. You have simply plateaued. So if you have plateaued, what should you do? We'll come to fixing it. I want us to quickly wrap up this. And the next one is that you're challenged. So what do I mean by being challenged? In other words, I mean that there's something wrong with you. And I don't mean it in an insultive way. Where I come from, when you do something, when you misbehave, they ask you, what is wrong with you? Right? I think that's universal, isn't it? But I don't mean it in an insultive way. And that's why I wrote here that you are being challenged. Now, you could be challenged in your health. Like you have something that is making you sick in your body. If you are always tired, fatigued, you can't carry out the activities that you set for yourself to carry out, or maybe in your office, I've set it for you, it's a business goal, whatever. You need to check yourself. Visit the doctor, let them examine you from head to toe. You might be lacking some vitamins. You might, be having issues in your body that needs medical attention, right? So that is one challenge that you need to look into. Another challenge is spiritual. I told you earlier that I'm a very spiritual person, and I understand that people have spiritual challenges. Yes. So if you think you have a spiritual challenge, and I'm not saying that every underperformance is as a result of spiritual challenge, and I'm not saying that is the first thing you should think about, right? I'm a child of God. I believe that I am covered. The devil has no say in my life. I have God with me. So, but if you think that, you are being tormented, right? There is a torment in your spirit. You really probably need to seek spiritual assistance. If you need spiritual assistance, I have a book that I've written, and that's my first book. It's called God is a Spirit. It's a spiritual book. With our testimonies about how that book has opened up the spiritual eyes of people and has helped them to understand their spiritual positioning, right? Another challenge that I know that you might have is the soul challenge. So a person that is challenged in their soul might be someone going through a heartbreak. If you're going through a heartbreak, if you're going through a disappointment, if you have just lost somebody and you are mourning or you lost something so dear to you, you really need to seek assistance. You might need the help of a therapist or a mental health coach to help you go through that phase of your life. So if you are challenged in your soul, if you're challenged in your body, if you're challenged in your spirit, with these three things, there is nothing you can do to become a high performer. If you have these challenges, they will hinder you from performing highly at whatever, no matter how small it is. And this is when people come down with depression. They don't have interest in what they love to do anymore. They don't go out. They don't, do, the things. They can't even function as a normal human being. We understand, we see you, and we know you, and we know your challenges, and we are here to help you. So How do we fix these root causes of underperformance? We are still talking about underperformance, right? Now, if you don't know something, please seek clarity. Seek clarity. And in this time and age, there's so much information out there that are good enough to confuse you, to overwhelm you, to paralyze your thinking and your performance, such that you will know too much and you will not be able to do anything. So you need to be careful where you get your information from, who you ask for clarity. And that is why we are suggesting that at High Performance Coaching Company, one of the core things we do in our coaching sessions is to help you find clarity, such that you don't have any gray area surrounding whatever it is that you want to achieve. Do you see? We help you create clear vision. Sometimes you don't even have the vision. It is not clear. You can't articulate it. You can't, put it together and fix it together. That is a very disturbing stage in life. If this is where you are, you need clarity. Next, what do you need? If you are in progress, you need tools to help you identify what is slowing you down, right? You need tools. You also need to have the energy to keep you moving. You need to understand how to set good goals, smart goals. We have our accountability system at High Performance Coaching Company where, we help you to set smart goals, clear goals, achievable goals, specific goals, realistic goals, measurable goals, clear goals, not we have discovered that 90% of people who think they know how to set goals don't actually know how to set goals. They don't. We've been doing this for 4 years now. If I'm not mistaken, we've been doing this for 4 years. And many people think they know how to set goals. Meanwhile, they don't. The internet will teach you how to set goals. But a coach will hold your hand and take you through your personal goals and help you to set it right. They are two different things, right? And then hold you accountable. If you are in progress, you need someone to hold you accountable. And I've always said this, having an accountability partner is good. But if your accountability partner is someone like you, when both of you will say, when you will give excuse and say, I'm sorry, I've not been able to do this because, this didn't happen and that didn't happen. And then your accountability partner will say, it's true. The whole thing is hard now. I understand. The country is hard. I know it's challenging. And then both of you are sharing excuses. Before you know it, there will be no accountability. In fact, there will be no account. There will be no ability. There will be nothing. So you need to pay somebody to hold you accountable as their job. We have coaches at High Performance Coaching Company who are specialized at holding you accountable to your progress. Do you see? Next one, if you are in transition, like I said, it's a very hard place to be. You need people who would understand you. You need structures. You need platforms. You need, influence. You need motivation. Listen, motivation is not bad. Like I said, there's so much information out there that can even depress you or paralyze you from doing the right thing. Many people have criticized motivation. I think it's a bad thing. I think the motivation is the good thing. Transition, you need motivation. And you need to be motivated by someone who understands what you're going through, right? You need a platform, that gives you influence, that influences you to do more. And you need the courage, even if it is borrowed courage, you need it in transition, all right? Also, if you have plateaued, you need a new sense of purpose. You need a new why. You need a new dream. You need higher calling. And this, trust me, don't do it yourself. It is dangerous to do it yourself. You need a trained person to take you through. Am I trying to market what we are doing? Of course, yes, because it's so valuable. It's so helpful. We have understood high performance and we have put in structures. We have a platform. We have a system that will wake you up and turn you into a serial achiever. If you have plateaued, you are welcome to a new world. And you need this. You need to have a new sense of purpose. All right? And if you are challenged in any way, please seek help. Like I said earlier, seek help. Go to your doctor, see a therapist, right? If you're having soul issues, seek prayers, and attend to yourself spiritually if you are spiritually challenged. All right. Now let's look at this beautiful tree. Look at the high performance tree. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Now, let's look at the root. The roots have changed. Now you have clarity. Now you have the right tools. Now you have the systems and structures. Now you have a new sense of purpose and you have received help. What are the symptoms? What will you exude as a person? Focus, consistency, growth, profit, efficiency, excellence, courage, fulfillment, and so on and so forth. You can have your own. There is no way you will have all these 5 pointers of high performance and you will not have good fruits. There is absolutely no way. Now let's compare the trees. This is the one we were treating before, the underperformance tree versus the high performance tree. You have come here today to move from this underperformance to this high performance. Now the ball is in your court. Do you want to move? Do you want to move? We are here to help you. We have our high performance coaching accountability program that we have created. And this is not a time for you to leave this webinar. This is the time for you to listen because this is where your solution is. We have an influential platform. On our platforms, you will find other people just like you who are eager, who are working on their goals, who have also committed to moving from underperformance to high performance. We have monthly coaching calls where we call you every month, depending on the package you choose, right? A coach will call you, trained coach will call you, and then you have a session with them. We have monthly personal development trainings. So we don't leave you to consume junk. We come to you with trainings, personal development, how to help yourself, to become more aware, to grow mentally as a person. Remember, underperformance is a form of mental incapability. So you need to always be in a place where your mind is fed with the right things. And then we have a daily power capsule, just like the medication from the doctor. We have the power capsules. I'm not going to go too deep into that. We genuinely want to help you move from underperformance to high performance. We have a platform that is free for everybody. On this platform, people just like you come there, share their goals with our dedicated coach. We have a coach dedicated to that platform that we are paying. All right. Even though the platform is free, we just want you to have a sense of belonging. So have a place where you can be inspired to do the things that you said you want to do. On this platform, people share their goals after we've taught them how to set SMART goals. As you're joining the platform, there's an induction for you to teach you how to set your goals, take you from one step to the other, ensure that you are setting the goals according to how we set our goals at High Performance Coaching Company that has always provided results. On this platform, after we have taught you how to set your goals, then you join others in setting your goals and achieving them under the supervision of a trained accountability coach. But our accountability program provides you with a coach that is dedicated to you. Then the daily power capsule is exclusively made for those who will be on the program, right? And then we have our dedicated expert coaches to look after you. This is a robust system that we've put in place to help you move from this underperformance tree. See how ugly it looks. To the bright and productive high performance. In conclusion, because I want us to ask our questions. You are not lazy. You've heard it from me tonight. You are not lazy. It's not your fault that you are underperforming. But it is your fault if you don't do anything about it. Now you cannot claim ignorance anymore. You can't claim ignorance anymore. It's not possible. You have had it. You know. You are not lazy. You need assistance, expert assistance to increase your performance. That's what you need. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. You have seen it. You need to move as quickly as possible. We want to help you to take the move. We have the links. The seller link is for those in Nigeria you want to purchase in Nigeria or you're in Africa. And then we have our links to the website. You can also use that as well. So, any question? Anybody with any question tonight? Yes, please. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. My name is Apollo Achela from Uganda. I joined when I think I was figuring out the timing for the meeting, but I got to join when you had put up the bad tree. And yeah, I could pick in a little bit from my own personal life. And I think the session has been very impactful. And I've gained some good insights, part of what I need to do. I don't know if these sessions are recorded, that we can access again, and maybe how frequent do you have it? But I think I've been blessed and I've gotten some insights on what to do, like some bit of awakening. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you for those wonderful words. And I'm glad that you are able to make it. Glad that you're able to make it. Yes, the sessions are pre-recorded, and we're going to share the recordings with everyone who has registered. I hope you register. We didn't share this to everybody because we only want those that have registered to be in this meeting. Okay, anyone else want to share something?
Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Farmer, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Yeah, so I want to start by saying thank you so much for this session, for making it free for us to access. I joined, I think I joined maybe late, but the most important takeoff for me and everything I've been able to come to realization is the state where I am currently. So I think that's like the most important thing. You know, you can't forge ahead if you really don't know where you are. So for me, actually, you know, from everything, it's more of like a self-diagnosis that just happened. So I kind of know, okay, this is the point I am, and this is what I need to do to move forward. If you know, to be a kind of high performance as we say. So that, you know, that awareness of my current state, you know, this session just bringing out that reality that, hey, bro, you're on this state and you really need to put in effort if you want to actually no one is truly lazy as I said. So for me, that's just a self-awareness of my current state regarding my performance.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. It makes us understand that we are doing, you know, the right thing. And that's the essence of tonight's webinar, for you to know where you are, understand what is actually happening to you. You know, it's not procrastination and fatigue. These things are everywhere, but you know, it's deeper than that. There are deeper issues. You know, it's an emotional thing. It's something from the mind. And of course, I'm glad that you're able to see that. And there are some comments in this here. Pastor Tola Lungeshi says, the need to reevaluate any areas of my life that might be causing underproductivity. Awesome. And she says accuracy wasn't disappointed. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. God bless you richly. Oluwati Osi, she says she's so blessed with this session. God bless you richly for the amazing worship. God bless you and keep you. I'm able to diagnose myself. I know the solution and step to take. I'm not lazy. Awesome. I love that. Okay, can we all put in this comment section that I'm not lazy? Write it there. I am not lazy. You are not lazy. And as you are writing, say it to yourself. Mention your name. KG, you are not lazy. You are not lazy. You just don't know. You are not lazy. You are just in progress. You are not lazy. You are only in a transition. You are not lazy. You have just plateaued. You are not lazy. You are just being challenged. You are not lazy. I want you to believe that you are not lazy and to know that we believe in you. We know that it is not laziness. It is something much deeper that needs to be addressed. God bless you, everyone, for joining. I'm super excited. I'm glad that I'm able to do this. I'm glad. Yes, you are not lazy. Oluwatosin. You are in transition. You are not lazy. Laide, you are not lazy. KD, you are not lazy. All right. You are not lazy. You are not lazy. Everybody here, you are not lazy. You are only here. And you need to get out, make the move, and come here. Please copy the links in the comments to see how you can, be a part of our accountability systems and structures. Avail yourself the use of our, awesome, dedicated expert coaches. And please, if you are a coach here, you are a coach and you know that, with small training, you can help people with accountability. Write us at get support at hpcconline.com. Get support at hpcconline.com. We'll be having some coach trainings very soon. And it is from those coaches that we will bring in more coaches into our system. I believe this webinar has been of value to you. If yes, you can write us at getsupport@highperformancecoachingcompany.com. We really want to hear from you and want to have you on our accountability programs or even the free platform. So let me say, see you around.